Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, Podcast Pete and certified high performance coach. It's Friday. Friday is Mindset Friday, where we bring tips that matter on mindset. Because mindset is a lot to do with everything you do. Have the right mindset, you grow. Have the one that's not so good, you're going to just tailspin. So let's talk about growth. We're almost here on 2026, so we have to be thinking about what is our mindset for the first of the year? What is our mindset for a brighter future? What is your mindset? And how is it going to set you apart from your competition and help you grow? Because you can't grow beyond your business. You grow, your business grows. Your mindset grows, you grow. And the number one thing you got to focus on, and we're going to go back to one thing that we always talk about. Hold on here. We're going to talk about high performance habits. The number one is clarity. So clarity matters. Without clarity, any distraction is going to get you off course. Anything. We all have 24 hours. But it depends on how we use those. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 1,000 times. I'm busier than a one-handed paper hanger, or versions of that. We're all busy. But what are you busy doing? Are you on the hamster wheel? Are you just running, reacting, going from one crisis to another? Waking up, checking your emails, checking other people's priorities, scrolling TikTok videos, watching TV endlessly. If that's you, you lack clarity. And with clarity, and it's a high performance habit, it's the second session in our 12-session course that we teach. Clarity matters. If you're clear, then you're not going to be running down rabbit holes, chasing the silver objects, always doing what somebody else says, hey, it works. Well, let me try that. And then you're always trying stuff, never going deep into making mindset matter. And when you can create clarity, that's why we're going to give you a clarity session. Here, I'll put it on there. Oops, I'm sorry. That isn't even right. Hold on here. I'm going to put it up here. Hold on. Let me get this off. Dang. Okay. Hold on here. Hide. Okay. Let me see if I can put the ticker on. Yes, I can. Oh, I love this. I love StreamYard. Okay. All right. So there we go. So you can see it as we're talking here. You can book your clarity session. We'll put a QR code up in a little bit and you can scan that too. But clarity means I wake up, I drink, I think, I plan, or I journal, then I plan and I implement. I think, I journal, I plan, I implement. So I'm clear about the day ahead. I know what my day looks like. Is it always perfect? No, of course not. Never is. But if you don't have clarity in where you're going, if you saw some of my planning, you would understand why clarity has been so important, why it's the number one in your high performance habits. Clarity matters. And your ability to have the right mindset starts with clarity. So get clear. I schedule everything on my calendar. If it isn't scheduled, I don't know about it. So I don't have every minute scheduled, but I have my schedule planned out. I have white space there that I can use. Like when I schedule a podcast, it's 30 minutes. So sometimes it runs over, and that's okay. But I have 60 minutes assigned to that. So I might do some other things podcast related. I might edit the videos. I might check out something. I might learn something. I might make some phone calls. But that hour is set aside on my calendar. So I'm clear that's podcasting time. I might invite some people to be on my podcast. I might do something that drives my clarity towards podcasting. See, I have 3 things I work on. This is all I work on. Now I have inside of those 3, I do podcasting, courses, and high performance coaching. That's it. And each week for clarity, I have those 3 and I have 5 moves. Do I always get those 5 moves done? No. But do I always focus and am I clear about my 3 that I'm working on? Yes. Do I have the people I'm going to call? Yes. Do I have the people I'm going to stay in touch with? Yes. Do I have conversations with people? Yes. Because I can learn. I can go deeper in questions. I can have meaningful conversations with people because my calendar is set up for clarity. A lot of people get this turned around. Oh, you have everything scheduled. I want to have the freedom to do stuff. I have plenty of freedom. Like on Thursday is when I can pick up the girls at school. On Tuesday, that could happen too. So I schedule it. Doesn't always happen. My daughter may not need me that day, but it's scheduled. And then if I'm not needed to do that, I can make some phone calls. I have a list of things that I know I can do that'll move those 3 forward: podcasting, courses, and coaching. So when you look at what's courses mean, I want to give you some clarity on why that is one of my clear objectives, clear goals. Because when I had a stroke almost 4 years ago, it was all about me. I didn't have systems set up. I didn't develop my people. I had 5 like part-time, maybe 1 full-time, 4 part-time. When that happened, business just tanked. But I learned that I'll never do that again. If I leave for a month, could it keep going on? I had a gentleman, Savo, on the podcast earlier. And we talked about when he went back home at Thanksgiving for almost 2 weeks, what happened to his moving business? Because he'd been setting up systems, because he'd been empowering his team, had been pouring into setting up things that he could remove himself for a while and see. And they perform brilliantly because he had that mindset. Now, we don't know until we try it. So you always got to step out for a couple weeks, a week. Start off with a week. Start off with 2 days. But start. Remove yourself and see if your business continues without you. Because if it doesn't, you got work to do. If it does, pat yourself on the back and say, keep getting better. Because you keep growing, you'll get clearer. I used to do social media when I first started out. So I know how to do social media, but I don't participate in it because social media is media. There's nothing social about it. All it does is consume your time. So I set a timer. If I do something, I set a timer. Oops. That enables me to know that I got 5 minutes to get in and out. I won't be scrolling 30 minutes and not knowing what the heck I was doing. Because when that happens, you're consuming. And you have to be creating your life. Your life matters. Your story matters. And When we do this, let me flash to this so I can tell you a little bit about what our plans are for next year. Your Life Matters series. What does that mean? Monday through Saturday, we have topics. Monday, motivation. Tuesday, marketing. Wednesday, community. Thursday, relationships. Friday, mindset. Saturday, leadership. So as we train our podcast community to do podcasting on purpose, excuse me, then I had to fit some nuts. Hold on here. So when you look at this, your life matters. What is your story? We want to introduce you, your story, to our community. We're a community of impact and influence. And when we say impact, we want to give back. We want to support our community. We want to serve. When I say influence, I'm mainly focused on online. Yes, you could be a good local influencer, not your Kardashian type influencer. I'm talking about somebody that's respected, that's trusted, that people look up to, that people follow, that people take advice from. You can be that locally. And I want you to look at it as a 20% sandbox. You're local, you got to act local, but you got to think global. And your local sandbox is 20% of your business, but 80%, 80 is global. Now, it doesn't matter what you do, but you can be global. So you can teach, you can record videos, you can build a business around a global mindset. And when you look at what's possible, the world changed. And today you can be global. But what that means is you have to have a mindset, you have to have a strategy to position your company for the bigger sandbox, which is global. So when you search me, and I would say, try it out. Search Pete Kane, put the word podcast, because that's mainly my middle initial, and see what you see. Now search yourself, your name, and see. Now there's going to be a gap. I guarantee, unless you're Brenda Bouchard or Daniel Priestley, or I have a guest on tomorrow, she has an incredible online digital profile. Because what happens, 80% of the people that could be part of your business don't know you yet. And if you're not intentionally creating content to allow them to go on a journey with you online, the journey is over. And you lost an opportunity to know, like, and trust, or you lost the opportunity to take them on that journey of know, like, and trust. And that's what everybody does online. They look you up. They see what the internet says about you. Reputation matters online. I wrote the book Reputation Matters, but it was mainly about, it was a little bit about online, but it's basically your reputation in your local area. Now we got a book coming out, Reputation Matters Online, your key person of influence journey. That way, when you search me, you will find plenty of information to get to know, like, and trust. Now, you may not like me. That's your choice. I can't control how people react to anything. All I can do is put myself out there, speak with truth, speak with integrity, speak with kindness, speak with a servant heart. And if you like that kind of stuff, you may want to be involved. So you can book a clarity session and you can get clear. Now, second one is energy. Man, energy is something that I think we don't really realize that we got to generate it. Let's go back to Brendon Burchard in the book High Performance Habits. Get the book, order the book, go to Amazon, order the book, and get it. It'll change the way you think because there's only 5 habits that are high performance: clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. And when you have those 5 down, man, you got a brighter future. It's not easy. Is it easy to get clear on where you're going? No. That's why you got to book a session. Come on, book a session. Get clear. I'm not going to charge you. I'm going to add value to you so you get to see what a strategy looks like for next year and beyond. Energy is generated. I get up at this basically the same time. I drink my water. I think. I also read. I think. I journal. I plan. I implement. Now, I have incredible energy because I'm clear. I'm aware that I have to generate it. Can't be just like sitting there wondering what to do or checking my email. That'll zap your energy. Not being able to grow each day will zap your energy. When you're growing, you're excited because you're creating your life. So you have the ability to generate. After this, I'll be heading to LA Fitness to work out. Now, it usually is early in the morning, but when I have an early day of podcasting, I will flip it. It's not, you don't have to do the same thing, but you got to get in a flow, a rhythm. When you get in a flow and a rhythm and you're on purpose and you have clarity and you know where you're going, then those distractions, which there's plenty of them. Look at the amount of people that say Facebook and these social platforms. They're hiring the brightest. And what is their objective? Keep you on their platform. Keep you distracted on their platform. You have to create your life, not consume others. That will definitely zap your energy. Definitely. And you want to generate your energy. So, energy is 2, and the third one is courage. What do I mean? I never thought of this as a habit. I used to be afraid to speak up. I used to be afraid to speak in front of public, in public speaking. I used to be afraid of things. Then, when I had my stroke, my fear tended to get smaller. And let me explain. You get a second chance on life. You don't give a rip what anybody says. You're going to do it. You're going to speak up. You're going to speak in front of public, speak in front of people. Because public speaking is the second biggest fear to dying. And there's so many times I wanted to say something. I wanted to raise my hand. What if I sound stupid? What if? So what? The only question not asked is the one that others are thinking. But you just got to ask, what's the worst can happen? Hey, they don't answer it, or it's not exactly what they were anticipating, but you asked it. You became bold. Boldness creates courage. My team in the Philippines give me courage because as I'm thinking, as I'm journaling, as I'm planning my day, all these thoughts come through. But I write them down, and then I will try it. And after I try it, I give it to the team to perfect it and scale it. So if I'm gone for a month, things keep going. Now, we're not exactly there. We got a soft launch between now and the 1st of April. And we're testing, we're working with people, we're getting our systems down. So if I want to take off a month, I can just take off. and the business continues. They know what to do. They know how to support the team. They know how to support new clients. They know how to onboard them. They have the systems. Everything is done in automation and a system. We use AI. We just use it. We don't let it consume us. We're thinking critically. I spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with my team. Friday is their Saturday, so we don't talk again till Monday. Then I get all my thoughts together, get ready for the next week. So that's the flow. That gives me the courage to be a better person of how I serve because I'm bolder. And when you can get people on your team and they do what they do best and you do what you do best, you're better. Most entrepreneurs, and Sava and I talked about this earlier on our podcast, to get to like the first level of business, you got to be a detailed, almost like a control freak, because you want it done right. You want to service your team right, whatever it is. But you got to shift away to progress, not perfection, empowering your team, building a community, you have to be building to the point that you let go. When Salva left and went back for 2 weeks, he had to empower his team to make the decisions, to do what he's doing. It took courage because when you're running a company, 30 employees, and you're gone for a couple weeks, you have to have courage, because what if they don't do something, or something happens, smash a truck, whatever it is? You can still recover. It's not like your business is going to go out in 2 weeks. So you got to trust your people, trust your team. That takes courage. Courage. When you trust them, you empower them, you want them to grow. You're he had a wonderful meeting, like a Christmas party with his team last night. We were in the Rotary at the Governor's Gun Club, hanging out with wonderful people that are making an impact. And he was pouring out to his people, to his customers, to people that help support him. And that's the kind of thing you got to have. And if you're bold enough and you have that courage to leave your business for a couple of weeks, you come back stronger. That's why it's so important for your mindset to think, how can I empower my team? How can I trust them more? How can I allow them to grow? Because if they're growing, you're growing. Well, actually, you grow first before your others. You got to work on yourself, your mindset. It matters. Create your life. Create your life. We have the high performance habits, which are aliveness, connection, meaningful purpose, and growth. Growth. So, as we wind down, I want to give you a QR code. I love this StreamYard here. There we go. Scan that QR code, book a 15-minute session, 15, 20. But we'll roll up your sleeves. We'll ask a few questions. You got to be clear about where you're going next year. You want to have the best year ever? You got to get clear. You got to have the right mindset. Look, if this serves you, schedule it. What the heck do you have to lose but better clarity? So go to pkane.me/clarity. Schedule it. Here we go. If you want to be a guest on my podcast, go to pkane.me. You can go and get, let me see here. Let me see if I can do this, because I love this. Yeah, I can. I love on the fly doing some things. Okay, here we go. There we go. Connect with us, because I want to give you a gift. It's the holiday season. Gift of giving is learning. Go to pk.me/connect. When you do that, you're going to see a course, a $300 course. And when you see that course, I'm going to give it to you. Use the word podcast and it'll waive the $300 fee. If you want to pay for it, you can. We give half of it to the community. We give half back. So if you want to invest in yourself and invest in the community, you can do that. We certainly want to give more to our community. But if you want to get a gift and want to receive a gift, then use the word podcast and it'll waive the $300 fee. And what you're going to get is an investment in you. You're going to get High Performance Habits Mastery course, 12 sessions, focal points, clarity, energy, courage, productivity. Once you hit productivity, it'll invite you to a live coaching. But the second part of that is physiology, psychology, persuasion mastery, purpose mastery, productivity mastery, and then how to apply that for a brighter future. 12 sessions, $300 is yours. Just use the word podcast or use your cash, credit card, and you can pay for it. Okay? Many things coming. Your future is bright. Your future can be better with clarity, energy, courage. And get Brendan's book, High Performance Habits. It'll be the best book you'll read on establishing a foundation to grow your business.